Is it as easy as hitting record? I can't remember. It's been 2 weeks and I can't remember how to do this. I really don't want to be in my bedroom anymore. So I haven't posted in a couple of weeks because work has been mad. Good mad, just really busy. As loads of people have come back from holiday, and in the university I work for, we are spending a lot of our time getting everything sorted for the coming semester. It's looking really good. I'm really excited. I can't wait to get back to teaching face to face with people, but it just takes a lot of organisation. I just can't wait to be in my office and not in my bedroom. It's back working the way I was when I was a student, but I had better knees and no back problems. And I miss my chair. I've got a cool, massive Secret Labs chair. It's big, Titan. I just want to be sat in it, reclining. And all my equipment, I've got so much equipment at university in my office. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I want to do a video on filters. I love filters. I've got a whole set of filters. I just want to talk about filters. But anyway, if I'm lucky, this is going to be my last video from my bedroom. As you can see, I've made no effort in making the bed look nice. And a little picture of me of when I was younger. I didn't realise that was there. Something in the way that's annoying my frame. But yes, hopefully this is going to be the last video from my bedroom. Hopefully next week. If I'm still recording videos from my home, I will be downstairs. I'll either be in my conservatory, because I'll be able to work from there. Now I'll be the only person at home, or I will be in my office at the university. My dog is currently making the strangest noises, so I'm just going to go and see what the heck she wants. I feel annoyed that I didn't get any videos out for a few weeks. I wanted to try and be regularly posting, but so I should run up some stairs. What am I going to talk about in this video anyway? I just wanted to get something out, and it's something that's been on my mind a little bit because people have been discussing this. How are productions going to continue? If there's another lockdown, if we're facing further pandemics, and there's lots of different things that are happening which are sensible, like crews wearing PPE and physical distancing on set, easy peasy, and there's always been ways you can frame shooting over the shoulder with tighter lenses, so you can make an image feel more compressed, so you can make the world feel smaller, and that's a nice, easy way to make two people feel that they're stood closer together. And there's always been great cinematography and filmmaking cheats where you can look at things like you don't have to show two people having sex. You can imply that. That's been done since the early years of cinema. And I hope this need to address the virus and how you work with it on set, and these creative restraints, which I'm looking forward to putting in place for projects that my students make, different things where, like, your film, instead of just being, right, go and create a film, come up with something, anything, put in creative restraints. It's got to be two people outside. It's got to be three people outside, none of them can get within 2 meters of each other. How do you tell that story? There's a lot of creative restraints that have gone on, which is films and television utilising video calls, Skype, Zoom, whatever. Having guests come into your program that way. But I think there's something more creative that can be done in storytelling. It's going to be really interesting to see whether productions embrace the restrictions in the way they tell stories. Are we going to see all these shows just ignore the virus, or are they going to start to bring that into the story? Are we going to start to see people wearing masks regularly as a normality, and so on? I'm looking forward to all that. But what got me really thinking was what the technology we've got now that are developing that really could come alive And for me, virtual production is one that's really interesting, because imagine you were halfway through shooting a film, the virus gets worse, there's a real clamp down on travel, and you've got two actors in different countries, one in the UK, one in America, for example. How do you finish your film if they can't be in scenes together? Well, virtual productions could be where that kind of comes alive and becomes a possibility, because you could have two actors with earpieces wirelessly transmitting the lines between each other, so they can hear each other talk. I'm sure there's going to be some delay in that, but ignore that. That's something that we can work on. But you can have two actors looking at the same sunset, looking at the same scenery, and improvising whilst looking at a stand-in who is identical to this person. Now, of course, you're not going to get the same levels of performance off from each other, but it's better than the project being cancelled or having to reshoot, choosing which of the two actors you use. Do you just shoot in the UK or do you just shoot in the US? I think there's different ways where you've got a kind of a technology which is designed to replace green screens that could allow you to bring entire performances together from distance. And so you can frame over the shoulder of the stand-in, who will be in the same costume, same hair, and you can create something that really matches and could bring together performances that, with some post-production work, you could have actors talk to each other and never be in the same room. I actually did this for my final project on my master's, where I've got to film escape pod. You can watch it. I'll put it up on a thing. But the two leads, the guy there's a guy trapped in an escape pod and a hologram he talks to, they're never in the same room together. For all of the stuff that's set in the escape pod, I filmed all of the hologram first, and then the lead is just talking to the script supervisor, reading out the script on the day. And that's how we filmed it. And you cut it together. That's been done for years. But now you could have you have two people performing at the exact same time, under the exact same conditions of lighting and environment, because you're in this virtual production set. I'm talking about the stuff they used on Mandalorian, that stuff. That opens up a whole world of possibilities of being able to shoot with people and them not being in the same room, and getting around a lot of difficulties. It could be something that's embraced of just a way to shoot films in the future. You end up with two cinematographers, perhaps. I know, it's interesting. It's all hypothetical and kind of an exciting possibility. If we get to a situation where we can have these kind of computerized lenses on our eyes, you could be projecting the other actor performing in front of you. Because I think for virtual productions to fully take off as a mainstream, the actors need to be able to look and see the world around them from their perspective. Because right now, the virtual production, the cameras move, the world moves to the perspective of the camera. So only what's rendered is what's seen by the camera. Whereas what you want is the actors to be able to see the world as well. So they need lenses, they need an image projected into their eyes to see another render engine rendering the world from the perspective of the actor, but only they see it. So it doesn't add additional lighting and confusing things going on for the camera. So, I'm talking about kind of technology that is either very, very early development or doesn't exist or is just theoretical. But I like to exist in those worlds. But I love challenges. One of the times I felt the most invigorated during the whole pandemic was when, at the university I work at, when we moved our teaching online to react to, it was just before lockdown, but when we reacted to that, it was the time we needed to do that. Moving our teaching online, spending that time, and it's like action, go, replan how we deliver teaching, replan our assessments to make sense. I love that. I love when something happens, you've got to react and you've got to embrace it and evolve. And that's what we've all got to do moving forward. Like, for me, the most terrifying thing is going back to normality, going back to what was before. Well, I want to move forward to a world where the virus isn't killing people and isn't a threat. But I don't want to move back to a world with not embracing a lot of the new opportunities, the new challenges, and the positive outcomes that we've all experienced. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't want to work in my bedroom anymore. But I do think the fact that a lot of people and a lot of employees now understand that you can get results with people working from home is brilliant. And I like the idea of a more flexible work. I've loved being at home with my son this whole time, though right now he's back in nursery 3 days a week. And for me, I am delighted because he's socializing, he's gaining lots of great experiences, and I'm able to concentrate on work and then switch off at weekends. When I was just working whilst he was napping, I wasn't able to switch off because I was constantly having to just catch up. So I think there's a real positive outcome, and I think the film industry is already embracing it. I feel with the film industry, there's always an element of not letting go. You see that in this constant, for me, irrelevant debate over film versus digital. It's just the constant not letting go of what's been before, whereas film should be film. Digital needs to become its own thing. When it spends its whole time just emulating film, it's being restrained. I'm excited for when it breaks the restraints, and virtual production is one of those things where it is breaking the restraints and moving forward. And for me, that is what excites me. And I'm looking forward to seeing how, from an academic perspective and as a practitioner, as I get to go out and shoot more films, as things move forward and I gain the time to, I look forward to seeing how the industry and how all industries react to all of this moving forward. That's just a few thoughts from me on what's happening, on a few things moving forward. I hope my next video isn't from this bedroom. I hope to move out. I hope to spend more time making something a bit more cinematic as well. I imagine, be it that I am building up to teaching in October, I won't be posting regularly. I won't be posting a lot of stuff. I appreciate you sticking around, those who have subscribed and are still watching this, those who are still watching the content and engaging and chatting in the comments. People have requested videos from me for a long time, right down to the first request, which was cinematography being used to tell story, not just being like a how-to thing. Those are noted. I am working on them. I want to get other people involved, because one of the main things about cinematography is it's not just you. You work with a director, you work with producers. The contributor list is huge. So I want to do those subjects justice. And hopefully as the year progresses, I will find a bit more time to do so. And I hope there's going to be more useful content. And as I get access to more equipment and more space, I hope to create more content that is used to a wider audience. So I really appreciate you spending this time with me since I started this show a month or so ago. I appreciate all the comments, feedback, and engagement. I really look forward to seeing what I can do with this channel as my world expands beyond this bedroom. And I'll see you soon in whatever form this takes.